Hello there, Arno. My name is John. Monique has given me your Facebook fan page and asked me if I would do a little bit of critiquing on your videos, and then what I thought I'd do is showcase potentially what you could be doing in terms of your video content and how you could use your video content to get more views, and also to drive and nurture your audience, so that when they are ready to buy, then you are the default choice. So first of all, critiquing of your videos. First of all, I want to give you props to that you are actually putting yourself out there. It's one thing for most people to go, I'd like to do some video. Number two, I'm going to do some videos with me in it. So to get past that fear, bro, is fantastic. What you're doing is bloody marvelous. There are most car salespeople don't do this. So you're already you've already got a sort of a leg up on the competition. But let's have a look at some of your videos.
Hey guys, A Human here from Manukau Hyundai, and all the stories you've been hearing are true.
Okay, so first of all, first thing I see in terms of this video is your audio. You are using, it looks like you're using a phone, and you can hear it's the din of recording that audio in the showroom. So what I would do is I would invest in a little lead microphone that you can just plug straight into your phone. You get a long extension and run it up through your shirt, and then your audio and your camera will be a little more professional. Most people just shoot their phone, and that's really all you need to do. And I like your graphics here. That's really good. So that's the first thing, and that audio pretty much consistently runs through most of them except for this one here.
Hi, sorry. I was getting ready for the Halloween because it's like so late in October. TikTok, everyone.
Oh.
In just a little bit. As I mentioned,
Guys caught me in the act. A Human here from Manukau Hyundai, and as you can see, we've got some fun and games playing.
You're very charismatic on the video, and you're using entertainment. I think your driving's a bit shocking, but again, it's engaging. I really like this video. I think it's the best one of the lot. Your audio actually sounds okay. That's because you're probably only a meter away from the phone. But I really like this style of video. It's a little bit more entertaining rather than just talking about product. But yeah, where most people go wrong when they start doing videos is they think they need to sell straight away. Now, as you know, sales is the last step. There are 3 steps in the process. It's about building awareness, it's about education, and third, it's about sales. But you can't sell to people if you haven't done the awareness education first. So that's what I would recommend that you do in terms of your content, but I'll get to that a little later on. Let's look at this one.
A Human here from Manukau Hyundai, and I'm on my way to Hamilton for yet another satisfied client taking delivery of his TM Santa Fe.
Good work, Arno. I like your showcasing clients, etc. But I'm going to waggle my finger at you and say, Arno, you're in the automotive industry and you are using your phone and videoing while driving. Naughty boy. Please don't do that. Recording in the car gives you good audio. You see a lot of people doing videos in their car, and it is good for the audio. But I would park the vehicle and then record a video rather than trying to do it on the slide by putting the camera down on the dash and recording a video. So just a couple of things. I can see that some of your videos are shot vertically and some of your videos are shot horizontally. Generally speaking, for YouTube, for Facebook, and for LinkedIn, you should shoot your videos horizontally. And I mean, again, you can do whatever you fucking want, really, but you're going to get this big kind of block thing on the side versus this one here, where you've shot it horizontally. But yeah, most of your videos here, and look, I didn't even click show more. Well, my God, you have done a few. Shit, look at you, rock and roll. Oh, you've done. I didn't even click all these. You've done quite a lot. Nice. And now, but yeah, most of the content here is talking about cars, and I think this is potentially where you're going wrong. You need to build awareness, and like real estate agents, car salespeople are kind of tarnished with the same brush. You're not trusted. So how do we build trust? We need to build trust with you as a human. And when you talk about your story, your backstory, the why. Why do you do what you do? Why are you different? What are your beliefs? What are your, who are your mentors? How do we build that trust in the human being first before we even get to what you do? And then the number two is we need to build and nurture your audience, which is the best way to do that is by educating them around certain angles of, buying a car with you. Let's talk through this, the 12 steps of buying a car with you. What they really get, what's in it for them, why they should choose you. So education series, awareness education, and then you get into the sales. And you've got some reasonable views on this one here. But you potentially could get more. So what I do with my clients is I tend to have them work with a digital marketing person where they create educational content and then they push that content off to a almost like a landing page. I'm sure Monique could set you up a little landing page, put some digital dollars behind that, and then grow your audience by sending them to a landing page with an offer of something, give them something more, and then push out emails through an email newsletter. We've got people who can help you with that as well, which is purely for you. It's not Hyundai paying for this. This should be you nurturing your audience. And then you can provide educational content in the back end of that landing page and drip feed content to them that way, which is kind of an exclusive place where they can get your educational content. And then you can do some other educational content on your Facebook fan page and your LinkedIn profile, which at the moment is being underutilized. Most people think of LinkedIn as a place where you get jobs. And while that might have been it in the past, there is a huge opportunity on LinkedIn at the moment that you're missing out on. So we're obviously not connected, but you've only got 92 connections. Nothing wrong with 92 connections, so as long as they're good ones. But I think you can really flesh this out a little bit, just to give you a sense of my profile, what it should look like. A good cover photo up here with a little call to action around what you do, so you kind of get a sense. Most people, when they land on your LinkedIn profile, they'll look here, 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 and maybe in your about section. This section here is what they look at. We need to showcase who you are, what you do, and then you go, oh, cool, that's what he does. Excellent. We need to tell some stories in your about section. Don't just talk about what you do. Talk about the why. Tell a story. Why do you love doing what you do? Cover photo, headline here in a couple of sentences. We need to get what's in it for the person who is landing on your profile, not assistant sales manager at Hyundai Monaco. So, I don't say I don't say storyteller or, social media video director. What's in it for the customer? So yeah, I think you're missing out on LinkedIn, and then post your content both on LinkedIn and on Facebook, and then grow your audience that way. So let's go on. I want to talk about some of the things around content, what you should be doing, or what I would be doing if I were you. Remember that all customers have four main things that they need help on. First of all, everyone's got pains, right? So there's so much choice in terms of motor vehicles, I just don't know what to choose. So when you talk about that pain, understand, be empathetic around who they are. And, I get it. There is so much choice out there. We need to tell them that I feel your pain. Then from the pain comes the problem. We need to, again, be empathetic and show that that we understand your problem. Then we need to talk about your philosophy. And this is, again, your backstory, the why. Why are you different? Your thinking. And then we need to talk about proof. So I like your videos with people in it. That's fantastic. That's kind of like proof videos. It's them saying, man, I bought this car off you. You're friggin' awesome. I really love your process. You understood my needs. Yada 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 yada. That's really good. And then the 4 different types of content that you can create in general terms is you need to talk about personal story. Everybody connects through stories. So, tell that story. A customer came in yesterday and there was this family, etc. And, they were looking around the lot and they were looking at all sorts of cars and, so you can tell a story of and don't explain the story, tell the story. The story has people in it and places and names and backstories and characters. Tell that story because people will understand you. And the next piece of content that you need to talk about is kudos, singing the praises of other people. Singing the praises of other people. So I like to talk about mentors or teachers, or you can pull in clients here as well. But, it's just not about you. It's not about your product. It's about them. And that shows your empathetic nature as well. The next piece of content that you can create is educational content. It's an easy one. Don't sell first. You don't have to have a car in every single shot. You can. It's kind of a nice backdrop, but educate. And there's so much content that you can talk about educationally. The process that you walk through when buying a car. You could break down all the different models of Hyundai. You could showcase interiors. You could look at exteriors. You could look at the history of Hyundai. But it all is with you delivering that content. And then I think you've got the length of the video is perfect. Shorter the better. If you can say everything in 20 seconds, you don't need 5 minutes to obviously tell that story. But you can probably go up to maybe 90 seconds. Generally, I kind of say 60 to 90 seconds for the optimal length of video on Facebook for people who don't know you. And largely, that's what you're creating the content for, right? And the last piece of content is commentary. So typically, people are going to be putting out content. It could be industry news. It could be something in the media. And then you give your spin on it. So it shows your thinking. Most people on LinkedIn share content. They see something and stuff about cars and they go, oh, my audience will really like that. It's like, yeah, boring. And they just share the link. Don't do that. Do a video and you can reference that. So there was an article and stuff you might have seen yesterday talking about, safety of cars. Well, here's my perspective. Now that just, that's what we call commentary posts, but there's a bit of scope there. Kudos, commentary, personal story, and education. Those are the 4 different types of content, but I'd have a conversation with me about those. Happy to do that. But in terms of your videos, good on you for getting out there and doing it. It takes balls to as I said at the top of the top of the video, to put yourself out there, and you're willing to do that. But I would be looking at your awareness education video content first, then looking at sales, as in driving people to come and have a look at a car, or you got a new special, or yada, yada, yada. That's what most people do in terms of videos on Facebook and LinkedIn, is they just sell first and then wonder why they don't get high engagement, because people don't buy a product instantaneously. People don't need a car every single day. Well, some people do, but there's only 3% willing to buy at the moment, and you just got to nurture the other 97% when they are ready to buy. That you're that default choice. Educational content and content with you in it, with good audio, will get you a long way, sir. If you'd like to have a conversation with me, if you have any other questions, feel free to drop me a line. Always happy to help. Cheers, mate.